same fallows as yesterday. Some, oryx red stag. Squirrels are going crazy out here. Saw some nice shooter bucks about 100 yards in front of me, followed by a bunch of does, and I don't think they're gonna come into the feeder, man. There's just too much greenery around here to eat, so I can't sit here any longer and not try to go get that buck out there. So I'm gonna leave the stand and I'm gonna go on a hot pursuit. It's gonna be tough bow hunting, but I'll do what I can. Wish me luck. No luck. Went about 1.5 miles. Tried to cut him back off around where I saw him the first time. And it just, I don't know if I got close to him, but I bumped something. I think it was a group of red stag hinds that were at the feeder earlier. They trotted off. I didn't see any axes, but I know where they're traveling, man. At least based on last night and this morning, so hopefully we can get on them this afternoon. Anywho, we'll set our quarrel later, but we just got back from moving the tripod. The tripod. I was sitting at a tripod, right?
You were in a tripod.
Tripod I was sitting at, over to where David's sitting in the pathway where we saw all the axes coming. And we made a brush blind for myself, again in the pathway of the axes, so we feel pretty good about both of those spots. So now we're just kind of wasting a few hours, gonna take some more shots, but I think it's gonna be fun. We've been seeing a lot of cool animals. Can't complain about that. But yeah, man, I mean, it's been kind of weird. Thought we were going to be successful a lot sooner than this given the circumstances, but it is what it is. And we're going to take advantage of these next 2 sits and try to put some bighorn on the ground. All right, so this morning's hunt was very slow. Didn't see very many animals moving at all. This afternoon, we're taking a new approach. Justin and I have taken note of what the animals have been doing for the last 2 sits, and we're going to attempt an ambush. Dropped David off the front of the tank in front of the house because they were using that as kind of a highway to run back and forth between where we were sitting, more so than actually going to the feeder. He hasn't had any luck yet. We go back to where I've been sitting and trying to get into a pathway. That was the plan, and we get about 200 yards from there, and those deer had already moved past where I planned to sit. So Jet and I tried to put a stalk on this really nice buck. I got within about 60 yards. Sorry I didn't get it all on camera, but it just all happened so fast. It was pull up, hop out of the truck, and it was belly crawl 30 yards until we got to 60 before his doe finally was over it and ran off, which led him to run off. But now I'm currently just kind of brushed up in this makeshift fallen oaks. Kind of praying, honestly. It doesn't look good. They got some black buck behind me, but I don't think anything's gonna come back over here tonight. So hopefully David gets lucky and something runs across his way, but I'll check in with you guys before the end of the night and let you know what's up. Thanks for sticking with us if you've been with us this long. I promise one of these times we're gonna get something on the ground for y'all. Man, oh man, what an evening. Last time I saw you, I was in that brush blind. David and I were communicating back and forth. He ended up leaving his blind, and we kind of sandwiched what I think is all the access on this property. So, as you can see, there's 100 access. David was on the other side of the little pasture, and I'm on this side. There's really no play. I mean, there's 60 yards between the first tree that I was at and the first axis. Probably 80 yards, to be honest with you. But got some of that cool footage. We know where they're at. They knew where we were. We had to back out, low light, as you can see, but I mean, it was fun. It was a few hundred, maybe 1,000-yard trek from where I saw you guys last up to the point to where we saw all those axes right back over there. And now we know where all the axes on the property are, so we got one more sit in the morning. Hopefully we can get on them in the morning. They don't move too much, and if they do, they stay right around here so we know their pattern. And we can both tag and bag on before we have to pack back up and head back up to the Dallas area. So wish us luck if I don't see you again tonight. Again, thank you for putting up with us. Hopefully you're at least enjoying the footage of these cool animals. And y'all have a good evening, and I'll see you bright and early. Pretty exciting. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. So I left my stand, wasn't at any action since those smaller bucks and does walked by. So I decided to go back to where Jed and I had stalked up on that really big axis yesterday I told you about. I figured, hey, if he's bedding there, he might like to chill there, you know? I get about 100 yards from it, and I see that he's in there with some other ones. They start moving, luckily, straight southeast, which is the way the wind direction's coming from. So wind was perfect in my favor. And I followed them for 200 yards without them knowing me were there. They were just kind of trolling and walking. I followed them for about 200 yards, like I said. and then the big boy bedded down in some shade along with some other ones. I got within, belly crawled within 30 yards of the big buck, and I was knocked and ready, man. And I don't know what happened, if the wind shifted on me or if a doe saw me, but one of his does just straight up, boom, locked with me. And I just stayed still for like 5 minutes, and all of them were staring in my direction, whether they knew what was going on or not. Big boy stood up, and I mean, he made the final call, I feel like, and they just ran directly away from me. God, that was exciting as hell, though. That would have been the one. Whew. Man. I was excited as shit.
I'm sure you are. I was excited yesterday too.
Are you filming up and down right now?
Yes. Now I'm this way.
I can't use any of what you just did.
Why not?